Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Bailey. Feel free to hit that subscribe button. Follow me on TikTok and Instagram. More content at Stewart. Today's video, as you can tell by the title, is a Lazuli label review. It's been like almost a year. Every time I do a Q&A, my #1 question is, what happened to Lazuli's Scrunch Sculpt? Why aren't they dropping stuff? When's their next drop? They now have a new drop. I don't have a date yet, but I will pop it on the screen or pin it in the comment and put it in the description when I do find out. Unfortunately, these are replacing Scrunch Sculpt. These are the Max Sculpt leggings coming in 3 colors, and I'm gonna go over everything. I'm gonna compare to Scrunch Sculpt, and I'm gonna let you guys know which ones I prefer. Let's get into it. As always, code Bailey. It does save you 10% off with Lazuli label and counts as an entry to my monthly giveaway. If you do use my code, please let me know so I can personally say thank you. The support means the world. So we have 3 new colors. We have Merlot Red. And unfortunately, all of these colors are pretty similar to colors that have dropped. I really wish they would have done different colors because I know feedback I heard, and even in comments, their #1 like feedback was like, you need different colors because a lot of their drops are the same colors, and unfortunately these are very similar too. Like here is, I can't remember the name of this red of the Scrunch Sculpt, but it recently dropped, and then here is to the new Max Sculpt Merlot Red, so identical. Then of course we have black, which you have in the Scrunch Sculpt as well. Again, identical, but it makes sense they would do black in this as a core color. Now the greens are pretty different from the Scrunch Sculpt greens, I will say that. This is the Radiant Green, and this is the Jet Green on their website for Scrunch Sculpt. However, I think Forest Green still beats all of the other greens. It's just such a vibrant green and I love it. I, again, don't really gravitate to darker colors, so this color palette isn't really my cup of tea, but it is a very good winter palette. But it's just a shame we could have, instead of the same red, get something a little different, maybe a fun, vibrant cherry red. I think people would have gravitated to a lot more. No shorts this drop, just leggings. And I'm gonna go into the differences of Scrunch Sculpt and the Max Sculpt first, and then we will show the try-on clips. So for Scrunch Sculpt, the fabric composition is 93% polyamide and 7% elastane. Max Sculpt is 89% polyamide and 11% elastane. So it reminds me the most of these. These are the seamless shorts, seamless leggings that dropped that had no under glute lift. It was just a simple scrunch seamless, but this was a thinner fabric than Scrunch Sculpt and a lot slicker. And that is what these are feeling like, and I don't love the slickness. The composition of those, yep, sure enough. I knew it, dang it. Okay, where these, the slickness ones are the exact same as the new Max Sculpt, and this material just doesn't give the same lift effect. It is way too stretchy, too slick. The waistband is thinner like this one, whereas the Scrunch Sculpt waistband was much thicker. The quality just felt thicker, stiffer, like good quality. And now it's feeling like these, which I did not love, thinner, slicker, flimsier, and less tummy control in the waistband, which I am so shocked they did this because most of the feedback I got from my girlies, myself included, was that the waistband needed to come in, not come out. And they made it come out even more. And this already, like the Scrunch Sculpt already did not snatch. So I am so shocked that they brought it out and gutted. They also made the rise higher. And again, this makes me feel like they were not listening to feedback, because feedback, again, most of the feedback I heard from my girls and even in comments, too high rise. So the Scrunch Sculpt was, especially on a short torso girl, way too high rise. And they made it into an even higher rise. So like ultra high rise. Now, if you like ultra high rise, you'll probably like the rise on these. But I know most of my girls did not. They felt it needed to be shorter, and I agree with them. So to see that they did the exact opposite of the feedback I saw is just like gutting. And even if, like, again, I know that some people like ultra high rise, I understand that. So honestly, what would have made people happier than doing a completely different legging is bringing out the scrunch sculpt in a mid-rise, in something that was a little bit more short glute friendly, with the waist that came in a little bit more. That was the feedback I heard. I never saw feedback complaints of the lift level or the fabric. It was mainly the scrunch was too long, the rise was too high, and the glute area was too long. I really would have loved to have been able to be sent some samples to give feedback. I do this for Buff Bunny and Lazuli if you're watching, and like I would be honored. And I would love to be able to give feedback, help with designs. Like if you're ever hiring, please let me know, because I will literally move to London. The main feedback tweaks that I wanted to see, and a lot of my girls wanted to see for the scrunch sculpt, and unfortunately the rise just got higher. So it is 10 inches now, whereas this was, I think, 7 or 8. I think it was 8. And then the waistband, again, is thinner, flimsier, less compressive, and wider. So they brought it out by a lot, way too much. So there is no tummy control. It is baggy on me. Because the rise is higher and it's baggier, the amount of excess crotch fabric I think is in an extra small is absurd. And then the seams are a little, like this one, the scrunch sculpt had one seam down here or on the waistband. Now it is 2, which that doesn't bother, like I don't mind that. Like that's okay, like I don't care. And then you've got, now I will say there is a plus on this one, as the glute pocket area is slightly shorter than the scrunch sculpt. Not by much, but you kind of feel like the under glute compression, while you still have to kind of shimmy it up, it does sit a little bit better than the scrunch sculpt. And the scrunch is shorter, so it doesn't go up your back as much as the scrunch sculpt. So I do feel like these are more short glute friendly. However, they have less lift, are way too big. So if you are able to size down, there's no extra small, so I can't size down. If you are able to size down, I 100% recommend sizing down in these. The ribbing is also been taken out, as you'll see in the side-by-side measurements. The thigh compression area is 1 inch bigger, and again, it's a thinner fabric. It's nowhere near as lifting as the scrunch sculpt. This one is, the thigh area is less wide, thicker, more compressive, same width of the ribbing itself though, so it's gonna be the same length. Just again, you're not getting, which is funny because this is max sculpt, supposed to give more lift, but there is not more lift, and I think it's because the fabric is 1, too slick and stretchy. 2, I think it's because the ribbing isn't as thick. It's a thinner fabric, so it's not as thick. You're not gonna get as much lift. So the side profile, in my opinion, and just the lift overall in general is so much better in scrunch sculpt. And you've got now shading, which does have at the top of the glutes, which helps it be a little bit more short glute friendly. Like you've got that shading right here to kind of make it help with the excess fabric. So I appreciate that. I just wish they would have done those tweaks on this fabric, this compression level. You can just see, even though this was too high of a rise on me to begin with, the scrunch sculpt, you can just see how much more compressive, lifting, shorter of a rise, and you get a lot less excess fabric in the crotch. It just looks so much better fitting. In the scrunch sculpt, I'm like, yeah, it's just really disappointing. Inseam is 26, same as scrunch sculpt. Because it's got more stretch, it does hit a little bit longer than the scrunch sculpt. Really hope they decide to bring back the scrunch sculpt, and I really hope they bring back a mid-rise short glute friendly option. I think discontinuing scrunch sculpt for max sculpt is a mistake. So we have it in the red, Merlot red, which I got extra small. So these are all the same sizes as my scrunch sculpt. Again, this is the same color. The main difference is the ribbing design. Oh, also, this also could be why it's not as lifting and not as good of a side profile lift. There on the scrunch sculpt, the ribbing starts at the waistband and then scoops around and under the glutes. This does not do that. I don't know why they got rid of that. That helped the side profile so much. They got rid of that, and now it's just the ribbing starting right here. I think that's why the side profile isn't as nice. The sizing, Merlot definitely is the biggest, stretchiest of the colors. Like, I did feel like I got a little bit more lift in the green, but it still isn't as lifting as Scrunch Sculpt. And then of course the black gave the most lift, not as much as Scrunch Sculpt. I wouldn't change, like I would size down on all of them still, to be honest. Even with it being a little bit tight, I would still size down. Just because there's so much excess fabric in the waist. The waist is too big, it just hangs there. It slides when I bend and squat. The scrunch wants to be pulled out of my cheeks. I feel like these need a lot of tweaking. Honestly, I would just rather them go back to Scrunch Sculpt. Like, this fabric is so much nicer. I don't like the fabric at all of Max Sculpt. I don't like the slickness, and I know a lot of my girls, just based off of how we feel about other brands, when they decide to make a legging more slick, we are not happy campers. So I think it was a bad move to do slicker fabric, to be honest. I don't love these. I'm very, very gutted the route that Scrunch Sculpt has gone. Yeah, black as well. We'll do the sticker squat test. These are pretty squat proof, so that's a pro. Max Sculpt leggings, extra small in Merlot, which is very similar to, I can't remember the name, but this is their most recent Scrunch Sculpt drop. Like, these colors are identical. If you have the Scrunch Sculpt, I don't think you need these. I prefer the Scrunch Sculpt, and I'm actually gutted to hear that the Scrunch Sculpt is discontinuing because the fabric is better, the lift is better. Even the rise, even though these were ultra high rise too, the rise was still better than these. I really wish they would have dropped these to get feedback before discontinuing these. While this still needed tweaks, it was still better than this. Ribbon compression and fabric was thicker, less slick. Like, based off my Discord, like, this has been a main common denominator between all brands. As soon as a brand starts to do slick leggings, people don't like it, myself included. And this feels slicker than this one, feels thinner. And the ribbing in the Scrunch Sculpt was thicker, so it gave more lift. It's not giving that same glute profile or lift at all. Like, it is tight, but I don't feel like Buff Bunny Miracle now gives more lift. And the side profile is just not as good as Scrunch Sculpt. I'm actually gutted. It does sit a little bit better under the glutes, still a little too low, but it is a little bit better than the Scrunch Sculpt. The scrunch is also shorter, so it doesn't feel like it's going up my back like Scrunch Sculpt, but it's just nowhere near the same level of lift and flatteringness as Scrunch Sculpt. As you can see, it is ultra high rise, so my belly button's here. It is way past, and if I pull it down to be a little bit still high rise, but you get all this excess fabric. Like, it is way too big to even give lift. Like, they need to add an extra small at this point with their new sizing, because this does not look good. There's way too much fabric here. And again, the ribbing is much thinner. I don't love this new ribbing. The scrunch does come out of the cheeks, but it is, again, shorter, so I do like the scrunch still better because I don't feel like it's going up my back. It also has some shading right here at the top of the glutes, which helps it feel a little bit more short glute friendly compared to Scrunch Sculpt, so that is a pro. Like, the waistband is way too big that I'm literally getting gaping and puckering. Like, that should not be happening in an extra small. Like, seam is still the same, very long, but again, this leg part right here is so slick. It feels like the seamless fabric of their non-glute lifting scrunch seamless leggings, which I did not love. Here's the green, way too high rise. Excess fabric, like, this is because there's way too much excess fabric. Like, the waistband's way too baggy. Scrunch Sculpt had less excess fabric, was much more compressive, even right here had more lift. This just doesn't have as much lift. So I feel like the compression area in the green is a little bit tighter than the Merlot red, so I do like that. I feel like I'm getting a little bit more lift. However, the scrunch, again, keeps pulling out of the cheeks. And then the waist is so big, so high rise, and I'm getting so much excess fabric that I don't want to wear these because, like, I don't know if you guys can see the amount of like fabric that should not be happening. Now the side profile lift is much better in this color, I feel like, than the Merlot red. Hits right under the glutes, but I still have to kind of shimmy it up. But I do feel like, again, it hits a little bit better. But as you can see, like that scrunch is not staying in the cheeks. Sticker test. Pretty squat proof. And then when I squat, it really, like, I don't know, I just feel like this too big. Here are the black leggings. So these are the tightest, which is usually how it goes with Scrunch Sculpt. And like seamless in general, like the darker colors most of the time usually run smaller. I wouldn't say you need to size up at all. You size up, you're gonna have so much excess fabric. It's gonna be even higher. I do feel like there is more lift in this color, but I still just I hate the rise. I hate the excess fabric in the crotch. I hate the slickness of the fabric, that it's thinner. It just feels less structured. And the waistband's so flimsy. So for that, I still don't like these. No, the scrunch just will not stay in my cheeks. Like, I don't understand. ALPHALETE again is hitting shorter, more short glute friendly. Like it just, like the scrunch just keeps pulling out. I've got the sticker in. And then we have the bras. I feel like Lazuli has always kind of like not been the best with their bras. Like the halter, like again, most of the feedback was a lot of them ran big and a lot of them were longer line than people wanted, myself included. Now I know that people love longer line bras and it's still very much a preference. And I'm not saying to get rid of them, but to do 2 long line bras that honestly, like, and I know like trends come and go, but when you are an activewear brand, it is so important to keep up with the trends. Like Lazuli, I feel like, I don't know, I feel like they're not paying attention to what other brands are doing, what the trends are out there. These bras are giving 2020 ALPHALETE bras. I just think long line bras, like if they would have done one long line bra for the girlies that like it, but they should have done either some full length tops or some short line minimal bras, because that is what is in trend right now. You see every brand doing them, and you really don't see brands coming out with tops like this anymore, this length. It's, in my opinion, especially paired with an ultra high-rise bottom, very unflattering on the figure. I don't like the way my body looks at all in these, but I have to keep pulling up the armpit area. Too much coverage for me, especially a smaller chest gal, and I just feel like this, like I don't like long line bras. I don't like crops that hit above my belly button. I either want it short lined, covering my belly button, or at my hip bones. This just is not my cup of tea. It's the same seamless fabric as the leggings and has the scrunch design like their previous bras, removable cup, no built-in top bra or anything, it's just the ribbing down here. So a little bit more supportive because of that thick ribbing band. And again, if you like a more coverage bra or larger chested, like a longer line, you might like this. And it's supposed to be like asymmetric off shoulder. It just, some of my Discord girls said it looked like a maternity bra, and I kind of agree. So you can wear this multiple ways, but when I wear it the other way, like going this way, I get so much gaping, so I have to wear it this way. However, I still have to keep pulling up the armpit area, but it does fit better, and the black is tighter than the other colors, like this asymmetric off shoulder, and this comes in the 3 colors as well. I put it on wrong on the winter berry, and I got such bad gaping. No wonder. But now that I have it on this way, it does fit better. There's no gaping. I still have to keep pulling up the armpit area because this is too big. And it's still a long line and swallows my chest. And then it just like squishes, like, I don't know, I just don't love it. Definitely meant to be worn this way, that was my bad. So that helps with the gaping. But again, this area is not tight enough to stay put. So it just like, it keeps sliding down and I have to keep pulling up the armpit area. And again, it's just too long. I wish it was like a short line bra and had something, I don't know, a little bit extra to it. Extra small in Merlot Red, crescent bra. I just feel like long line bras, like while there is still like a need for them, I feel like Lazuli's only ever done bras this long, and it's just not really in what's in trend right now, and it's just not personally my taste. I think paired with an ultra is very unflattering on the waist, and just kind of, it's this like unflattering waist, and it just is not, it's not looking really good on my figure, to be honest. This ribbing band, I feel like this should have been, I wish they would have done a short line option. Then we have the Razorback bra. It's a little bit longer than the crescent. This one's more of like a cropped length, whereas the other one is long line. I don't like either lengths. Again, if you've seen my like other reviews, like I just realized I really don't like cropped lengths where it hits a little bit above my belly button. I want it either short lined or to cover my belly button. I just find that it's like very unfull, like that cut where it hits on me personally is just very unflattering, so I don't like that, and that's what this is. But again, it's longer line. There's no scrunch front detail, just ribbing under, like scooping under the bust. So still lower support, but more supportive than some other seamless bras out there because of this thick ribbing band. This one fits much more true to size than the other one. Razorback non-adjustable straps. Again, I just don't love the design. I don't love the scoop. It's very unflattering on me, I feel like. Like it just swallows my chest, and I don't think the back is, like it's just boring. So I just don't love this personally. It's more true to size. If you like a cropped length Razorback, I definitely think it's a more BTC bra. So if you're looking for something like this and has good coverage, I think you will like it. And it does have a little bit more support because of the thick band down here. The bras just aren't the most minimal, which is obviously my personal taste, but this is coming in all 3 colors as well, as is the other bra. Here's the other bra, Max Sculpt Razor Bra. And again, I just don't feel like brands are doing bras like this anymore because this is not really in style. Like again, I don't like bras that hit this length. It's slightly longer than the crescent one, but it hits me at a spot. I don't either want it short line. Like you guys know if you watch my other reviews that this length is so unflattering on me. If it's right above that cropped length where it's right above the belly button, it either has to be meet and greet like at the belly button, hip bone length, or short line. That's what looks best on my body. Like it's just, yeah, this is definitely on the tighter side, but I still wouldn't size up because then I feel like right here might get baggy. Maybe if larger up top, you could size up, but I would say for the most part, stay true to size. This is definitely more fitted than the crescent bra. Still very stretchy in the boob side, like side boob area, which I don't love in bras. Doesn't have a scrunch detail, just the ribbing, scoop neckline, removable cups, no built-in shelf bra. Normal Razorback, I don't know. I definitely think if you like this style bra, you know, they have it in 3 colors, stay true to size. It's just not something I personally like, especially with ultra high rise. That is everything for this little haul. I really, really hope that they decide to bring back Scrunch Sculpt. Again, Lazuli, if you are hiring, I would love to join the team. Like, I love Lazuli label. I feel I've worked with them for years. And again, they were one of the first brands to really do this style legging, and they did it so well and had such a good side profile, gave crazy lift. I just wish they would have diversified in like doing different rises and inseams and maybe tweaking a few things here and there versus discontinuing. I really hope they bring it back. I really hope they give us a mid-rise option. And I'm just, yeah, the Max Sculpt for me is just personally not something I like. Just personally isn't for me. I don't think it beats Scrunch Sculpt. I don't like the bras, so I'm a little disappointed. I'm a little sad. So yeah.